Before I continue discussing the markets, please take this moment now with helping me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click subscribe, click this bell, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Next, click the thumbs up button every time you watch my videos. Okay, let's continue with the view of the markets. Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. In this video, I'm going to discuss stocks and equity indexes. It's November 1st. It's a new month. So I will show the time frame on the monthly charts and the weekly charts. We see price action, where we are, and how we got there. First, look at the equity indexes on the monthly chart. S&P 500, the cash index, the 500 largest U.S. publicly traded companies. For the month of October, it formed the inside bar. This yellow candle is inside bar, means the high and low do not go above or below the prior month. That means indecision. We're also inside of consolidation. We're now looking at the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 index is also inside the S&P 500 index. Look at that. We also formed the inside candle, very similar to the pattern on the S&P 500. Now we're looking at the Dow Jones, the 30 largest U.S. publicly traded companies. This index is also inside the S&P 500 index. We made a red candle. We made a lower low and a lower high, breaking below this prior month candle and slightly closing back inside of it. So right now, the three most popular watch equity indexes, pretty much in consolidation. And because they're solid bodies, that means they close red. Or if they're hollow, they close green, but they're still inside their trading range. Looking here at the Russell 2000, small cap companies, closed green for the week, made a higher high, higher low. It broke above this consolidation, rejected and came back inside. Comparison to the other three equity indexes, the Russell 2000 was more bullish. It broke out to the upside to try to test new price levels, where the S&P 500 failed to break out, inside candle, NASDAQ 100 inside candle failed to break out, and the Dow Jones broke down. Let's look at the Dow Transports. The Dow Transports is also inside the S&P 500, closed red for the month, made a higher high and also low. Has a huge shadow, rejected the highs and sold off back down here. There's a bunch of sellers up here. This is a supply zone, and it's been rejecting those prices. The Dow Utilities, this index is also inside the S&P 500. Similar to the Russell 2000, look at that. It broke outside of a consolidation, make a higher high, higher low. It actually closed above that consolidation. So for the month of October, looking at all these equity indexes, which one's the best performer? Look at the numbers. Look at the chart patterns. Yeah, for the month, the Russell 2000 closed green for the month. That's good. And it tested and made a new high than the prior month. Same with the Dow Jones. It made a new higher than the prior month, even though it closed red. And the Dow Utilities made a new high than the prior month and closed green. So the most widely watched equity indexes up here filled, where the bottom three did better. Big disconnect. These are growth. These two are income. Let's go look now to the next. We'll look at the weekly. Same on the S&P 500. These are the weekly charts of the equity indexes. First, the S&P 500. For the week, huge red candle, huge sell-off, panic. 3 prior weeks, all been red, lower lows, lower highs. The momentum is down. It's bearish. We're inside, retesting this consolidation. This was the all-time high for the year. This is the all-time low for the year. We're trending down. NASDAQ 100, also a huge sell-off last 3 weeks. lower lows and lower highs. Momentum is down. It's bearish. It's inside this consolidation. The Dow Jones Industrial Average as well. Huge sell-off. Past 3 weeks sell-offs. Momentum's down. It's bearish. It's also testing this demand zone. So we'll see next week if it rejects it and reverse back up or breaks through. That's a potential trade idea on the faster time frames to look at. Russell 2000 for the week, huge sell-off. Broke below this consolidation and testing this prior demand zone. So this is a consolidation. We'll see if this reversed or if it continues doing a sell-off. The Dow Transports, big huge sell-off, broke below this consolidation. Had buyers step in here too. So now this is acting as a demand zone. Demand zone where buyers are, supply zone is where sellers are. Still closed below this consolidation. Dow Utilities closed red for the week, lower low, but also a higher high. And rejected that high and sold off. Now it's in consolidation phase. Also, this candle, this big body, this is the midpoint of it. This gray horizontal line, midpoint of this big candle. And this last week came down, tested it, rejected it, and closed above it. That's very interesting. So technically, there was a demand zone there. Buyers stepped in to buy it. They stepped in to buy that, but not the high-tech growth. Nope, they stepped in to buy stocks that pay dividends. Let's go look at the banks. Look at the weekly charts of the banks. Banks loan out money, expect to make money. If the banks aren't doing well, the business sector's not doing well. If businesses are failing, are they failing to pay back the money they owe to the banks? Or are they renegotiating? Be very concerned. Many people don't focus on the banks. The banks show you a broad view of what's bigger picture happening. Okay, Alpha, X-Ray, Papa, American Express, weekly chart. Huge sell-off for the week. This is a swing point. This yellow horizontal line, it's below that swing point. We broke below it, closed below it. That's bearish. We tested this swing low, slightly closed above it. So this consolidation broke down. This bank is performing bad. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. Bravo, Alpha, Charlie, Bank of America. Red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Broke below this consolidation. Just shy of retesting this swing low. Look at that staircase pattern, lower low. Charlie, Citigroup, also red for the week. Broke below that swing low, slightly closed above it. It's an consolidation. The trend is bearish. The trend and momentum are down. Goff, Sierra, Goldman Sachs. Red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Past 3 weeks, trending down, bearish, the momentum's down. Came into this swing low. This yellow horizontal line, that was a swing low. Touched it, rejected, slightly closed above it. Closed right there. But still, the trend is down. Huge consolidation. It's building a big coil. When it breaks out of this coil, either to the upside or downside, that would be a great trend to catch. Juliet, Papa, Michael, JP Morgan, red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Huge consolidation, building a coil. When that coil snaps as well as the other one, it's going to break a new trend one way or the other way. It's been a supply zone. Sellers have been up here before and still rejecting it. Mike, Echo Tango, MetLife, red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Huge consolidation. So looking here at all these weekly, they all closed down for the week and red. Let's go to the next financials. Mike Sierra, Morgan Stanley, as well, red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Inside a tight consolidation. Uniform Sierra Bravo, red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Still a huge consolidation. Broke out of it the prior week, went back in it this week. Whiskey, Foxtrot, Charlie, Wells Fargo, the bad kid on the block. If you watch my past videos, I've been telling you this is gunning down to $20. Now we're $20.76. It's in that window. It broke below this consolidation. And if you look here, the volume for the week is huge. It broke below this consolidation, down. There is distribution. Distribution means smart money is selling. Big institutions, people that manage other people's money, they've been selling here, putting pressure, and the stock finally broke out of it down. I would not be buying if you have not been shorting from these prior areas. And if you've been buying on dips on the downside, you're wrong. You're losing money. If you're buying on dips, you want the stock to go higher, not continuously going down. And I mentioned Wells Fargo might see that get broken up to smaller sections. It's like what other institutions happen to. Bravo, Kilo, Bank of New York, red for the week. Lower low, lower high, broke below that inside candle, coming into the swing point. The banks are struggling. Sierra Tango, State Street, red for the week. Huge sell-off. Inside this consolidation, just shy of that swing low. Papa Yankee, Papa Lima, PayPal. Do you have a PayPal account? Have you ever used them? Red for the week. Lower low, lower high. Huge sell-off. Inside this consolidation. Look at that. All-time high for the year was 2 weeks ago. And here's the low for the year. Takeaway. All these banks, the best performing has been PayPal, New Tech, High Tech, versus these old boomer banks have been filling. Yep, again, look at them off the weekly candle. Red for the week, they all sold off. The futures were open this evening. The equity indexes. Do you have futures on your broker? Do you have access to data and the futures on your broker to watch? 15-minute charts. Consider watching this. S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, Dow Jones, and the Russell 2000. Yep, they're going to be opening this evening, trading in a few hours. If you like this market information I've shared and want to learn more with greater detail, step-by-step training, I have a Patreon page. I share trade ideas for earning monthly income. Below in the description box, click Show More. Scroll down. This link here, click on it. Take you here to my Patreon page. Select the membership and join. Then you have access to unlock my posts.